So, Jace,
Yes.
you're a pirate.
Yes. Technically.
Go for it.
Right. Well, years ago, I used to work for a company in Leeds, and we used to go fundraising and asking people just to give us £3 here, £4 there for whatever we were trying to, whatever campaign it was.
Like grannies.
Yeah, God. We adopt an African granny for £50 a month, which was brilliant. I hold the record because we managed to do 9 of them. I don't like boasting that I did 9 grannies in Africa, but it's that was a good one. And like guide dogs for the blind and scope as well, and campaigns for like disabled people, and you go in there and you hit them hard with all the scare stories of like this is happening and that's happening, and it's disgraceful that they still don't have wheelchair access on every single bus in the country, and it's wrong and blah. And eventually people will be just like, you just wear them down until they say, look, just for God's sake, just where do I sign? Leave me alone. And those sort of people, you didn't really want to sign them up because you knew damn well that within a matter of hours they'd be on the front of the bank saying, I've just signed a direct debit, cancel it. So it was kind of wasting your time and theirs. Well, we used to do Greenpeace, which was brilliant because I used to be like a long-haired Greenpeace hippie and save the world man, like it's my planet and you're destroying it, and vegetarian, and having one of them horrible vegetarian Trumps that everybody knows so well. We used to do something like, come on, sign up for Greenpeace, and people say, oh, I'm not bothered about it. I said, you don't care about the planet and the future, man, you're the reason why it's in such a state because you don't do this, and really put the guilt trip on people. And eventually you'd wear them in. And you used to get like fuzzy felt map of the world thing and shove it on your fridge or throw it to the dog or play frisbee with them. And that used to be brilliant because people used to you just talk to them, like if they weren't interested in Greenpeace, then they'd be suddenly interested in fuzzy felt, play with that. And it was great. But we were in Liverpool, and we were just got our silly bibs on and everything else, and it was normal sort of day. And incidentally, if I've ever been to Liverpool, it's the weirdest weather in the world because every kind of weather happens every day. And it happens like that. A turn of just within a second. They're like, oh, it's nice and sunny, I think I've got a t-shirt on, and the next thing it's pouring it with rain, and then there's like vertical hail, horizontal hail. It's just an amazing thing to see going down the high street. It just blows and goes like that. Hail with a Scouse accent. All right, wear hail. Just imagine that would be funny. Anyway, that'll be edited. Yeah, so we got our silly bibs on and we're starting to talk to people, and then this guy came down the road in a bit of a panic, and like, I'm glad you're here, lads. Like 6 or 8 of us, I can't remember. There might have been 8 of us. And so what's going on? And I was like, who else is there? I said, well, it's just us lot. I said, all right, well, it's over this way. And we were a bit confused, and the team leader was a bit confused. And said, well, we're here to raise funds for Greenpeace. And he said, right, well, I'm expecting a whole gang of guys to come here because we're going to go board this ship that's coming into Liverpool docks. At which point, me in my typical sort of way of life is like, oh, this could be a bit of a giggle, I'm up for a laugh. And he said, well, look, we're going to board the ship and we're going to chain ourselves to it because they can't get us off it if we're actually physically part of the ship. Because as soon as you chain yourself to the ship, that's it. you are then,
Yeah.
you're no longer part of the jurisdiction of the United Kingdom. You are then,
Oh, shit.
it's down to do with lifeboats and lifeguards and international shipping and all the rest of it. And the police are just like, oh, leave them to it. And it's like, well, if you're absolutely sure. And we, mentioned it to team leader, and it was starting to rain in Liverpool, and we're like, oh, it's cold, what are we going to do? I just said, you know what, let's jack it in, let's do it, let's go for it. And so, trundles down to Liverpool Dock, and it's not far really. Liverpool's just like a sprawling city, but wherever you are, you're always really close to everything. It's a really weird place. And we just wandered for about 10 minutes, and suddenly, there's the sea. You go building, oh, live a building, that's very nice. Oh, look at that, a couple of buses. Oh, bloody no. Whoa! Vast expanse of water, just over there, on a clear day, which there never is in Liverpool. That's Ireland. Okay. And we said, right, what's the crack? And the thing was that at the time, there was all this big scare about Frankenstein food. And the idea is that if it's genetically modified and it gets in the food chain, then we're screwed, because I've not gone through this speech for years, so but it used to do things like it would change the sex of fish, and it would also make tomatoes last for about 3 weeks longer, or do this or that and the other. It just was nasty stuff, and once it's in the food chain, it's permanently in the food chain. And if in 50 years time they find out it's like thalidomide was in the 60s and it's causing all sorts of defects and problems like that, then it's not the sort of stuff we want to be eating. And especially if it's once it's there, it's we're stuck with it.
Yeah.
It's not like a drug that you can say, well, we'll stop selling that, stop giving that to people, therefore it'll stop. This stuff is there. And so we were quite, like I said, I was quite ardently against this stuff. I hated, the whole idea. And there was a big company called Monsanto, who were the big boys at the time with it, and they had, these ships coming in, all this grain that what they were going to do, they were sending it to like research stations and stuff like that, allegedly. We knew damn well it wasn't going there. It was going to food processing plants and getting ground into flour and put in pies and pastas and God knows what. And we said, right, we're not having this. We got right on our high horses about it. Right, you buggers, we're going to stop you. And we waited around for like half an hour to maybe an hour, and this ship comes in. And if you've ever seen these ships, these aren't, you think of a ship and it's like, it's just a ship. These things are huge. This thing comes in and it's about 60 feet high, and you're like, whoa, what are we doing? That's huge. Ah.
And you change yourself to that.
Sorry?
You change yourself to it.
Nearly. Not yet. It's hard to chain yourself to the hull of a ship. There's very few bits on a flat piece that's. The gangplank that you go up on the ships, if you ever, you look at the old films and they're all going off to to war or to America or whatever, they've got these nice gangplanks with the things at the sides and everything else. This thing had a plank that was about 8 inches wide.
Right.
From the dock to the top of the bloody, onto the ship. And it's about 150 feet long. Because it has to go, they can't do it like that because people will fall off. And there's just these little bits of rope at the side of it. So it's like, oh, okay, here we go. And your bravado takes on this sort of thing. Ready? Right, 1, 2, 3, we're on! Everybody starts chomping up this bloody planking thing and it's bouncing up and down like crazy, and we're all running up this thing. And we got to the top of it and just went, right, where are we going to go? And found some railings and went, swung, chained ourselves, handcuffed, and lost the keys, so we couldn't undo them. We knew very well where the keys were, but nobody really wanted to go in Vanessa's pants to find them. And anyway, we got there, and the captain of the ship, he came over and he was like, what's going on? And we said, we're not shifting. We're not allowing you to take this grain off. We're not allowing you to actually dog here. It's not, not happening. And he said, well, I've got to deliver this thing. I've got to get back over to, west coast of America by, next Thursday or something like that. I said, sorry, mate, we're stuck. We're not doing. You're not able. We're not having it. And he was getting right on his high horse about it, and thought, at various points we thought we were going to start to cry. And, he said, right, well, and they phoned the police eventually, after pleading with us for about an hour. Just stop being dickheads, get off. I'm like, no, we're stopping. And, but it does get a bit boring when you're sat there just doing nothing, but hey ho. And this, like, fine, leave us to it. And this couple came up and he was like begging and pleading with us, like, can you get off the ship? I'm not coughing an hour, I want to go home for me to, no, I don't care. So, oh, come on, don't stop being wallies, get off the ship, let them do what they need to do, you can go home and leave it at that. And he was like, no, we're here. What are you going to do about it? And he was just like, right, okay, and he keeps talking to his radio. I'm like, Sarge, they're not going to go. What am I going to do? I want to go home. And, it's like, will you please move? No. Oh, please. Like, no, we're staying. Like, it's not shifting. And he said, well, nick 'em. I said, illegally I can't. There's only, they're actually on the water, they're on the boat itself. I'm like, right, okay. Let me see what I can sort out. And then he came down with his bloody silly card and walked up and he said, right, look, you and you, off, now. And I'm like, or else? I said, or else I'll arrest you. I said, you can't arrest us, we're outside of the UK jurisdiction. And like, oh, smart ass, are you? Like, maybe not. And I said, right, okay. So what are we going to do then? And I said, well, we're staying here till 6 o'clock, by which time this grain will have gone off, and you can't unload it then, it all goes to waste, and then we'll get off the ship. And he said, right, well, that's not for another 4 hours. I said, well, we're staying here for 4 hours then. And that's that. I'm quite ardent about it, like, no, we're not shifting. And he started to get a bit peed off with us at this point, like, no, just get off. No. I said, where's the keys for these? I'm like, no, we're not moving. Right, a nice peaceful protest, nothing nasty or swearing or all like that. So he was getting a bit narked with us eventually. And they just said, look, you know what, can't be arsed anymore. We'll come back at 6 o'clock when you're done. And then, the guys from Monsanto, which I've got to be honest, were really nice guys. They actually fed us some sandwiches, which was brilliant. They actually said, look, we'll get you some, you're hungry. Like, the sandwich would be nice. And, one of the weirdest thing was the guy said, right, what sandwiches do you, I said, have you got a vegetarian one? He said, yeah, we've got a tuna one. What plant does the tuna fish grow on? I said, well, it's not meat, is it? It's tuna. Right. Yeah, but what is a tuna? I said, well, I don't know. He didn't actually know that tuna was a fish. Right. Anyway, that's just a brief aside. I think he thought because it's got cucumber in it, it must be a salad. And we sat on this bloody boat, and eventually it's like getting dark, it's getting cold, it's getting boring. We've got trains to catch and come all the way back over from Liverpool to Leeds anyway. We're like, nah, I'm not enjoying this. Eventually it comes 6 o'clock, miraculously the keys come out from nowhere, Vanessa's pants, there we go, and we can all get off the ship. And the Monsanto guys are like, well, right, well done, you just wasted hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of grain, and there's like tons of it, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, we don't care. And I thought, right, okay, fine, get off the ship then. And so we're like, right, okay, mission successful. Let's go get the 7:05 train. Ta-da! And get off, started disembarking off the ship. Got to the bottom of the ramp, and the police was suddenly swarmed out of nowhere and said, right, you, and fucking you, come here. Back of this, off we go. And they took us to Liverpool, Central Police Station. And they just said, right, you lot are now in breach of so many offences, I'm not even going to write most of them down. Right, okay. I said, right, you're staying in the cells overnight while we work all this out, because we've got to liaise with FBI, we've got to go through Interpol, we've got to check who you are, we've got to check the inside leg measurements of everybody and what your shoe sizes are. And they went through every single thing that they could think of. And eventually they just simply said, right, well, the only thing we can really get you on is actually piracy of the seas. Oh, shut up. No, stop it. And he said, no, that's what we can do you for, because you're trying to actually steal a ship. Like, hang on a minute, no, we're not. We're just stopping grain. No, well, you made sure that ship couldn't go anywhere. You've stopped these guys from doing their job properly. Therefore, you're trying to steal the ship. Like, no, just stop the grain coming. I said, right, well, I don't care. This is what we're charging you with. You're 10 o'clock tomorrow morning at Liverpool, Central, or some court or other. A maritime court, I think it was, actually. I'm like, oh, shit, okay. So all got individual cells for the night and cold cups of tea and nowhere to comfort to sleep. Same cells that they will put hardened criminals in, essentially, really. I mean, there's no other kind of cells. They don't have nice ones at a hotel or out. So, do you promise to come up court tomorrow? I'm like, yes. Right, go and stay at the Hilton then. Oh, all right then. I'm like, get in there. I spent the night there. Following morning, we all trundles over and goes to this bloody silly court thing, all feeling a bit sort of sheepish at this stage, because like, oh crap, what have we done? And a couple of lashes that were with us got really upset by it. I thought, oh no, and other one was like, I don't bloody care, I'm going to make sure I'll go down for something really good here. Just went over this court, and the judge was covered in dust. He'd been there for that long. I don't understand what's going on. I think I'll put you down for 20 years and 44 lashes. Or something ridiculous. And I waffled on for ages. And he said, right, old Shoggy was, I'm fining you lot £250. Apart from you seem to be the ringleader. You're getting £500. And fine me double the amount of the rest, because I got cheeky with him. It's like, high piracy of the seas will not be condoned in the United Kingdom. You're converting so many people for so many things. I don't even read all this stuff. What's going on? I said, what's all this about? And I said, well, it's a peaceful protest, Your Honour. We don't want this stuff in there. I don't care. I've got to feed the poor somehow. What's all this? I read all this charge sheet off. Oh, right, fine. Off you go then. And we got downstairs, and this guy that had seen us the day before, who somehow managed to escape, he'd been arrested or anything, just vanished. When we got to the bottom of the boat and left us volunteer, we were working doing this thing. We didn't get any extra pay for it either. Just simply said, right, okay, he'd scattered. He came back the following day and he said, right, what did you get? I said, well, they all got 250 quid, fine. And I got a 500 quid fine. And he pulled out a checkbook and said, it's all right, Greenpeace will pay for it. Done. And that was that. But it stayed on my record, and I think it's there for 20 years, so I don't know I think I've probably got about another 3 years of it still on my record. Which is awesome. I am a pirate. That's the crux of it anyway.